Psychodelic Vaudeville is here, and we're going to talk about alcohol!
Wolverine, I keep asking you to trim your fingernails. Jeez.
We are here today with Ted High. Is that how?
Well, after all this drinking, yes, but they pronounce it hey.
Hey.
And that may well be what I'm sleeping on.
Hey, are
tonight.
you high?
Oh. Let me just scratch my eye here. Thank you.
So, Ted came in today and looked through the CDs, and I got to talking to him, and he's Dr. Cocktail.
I am Dr. Cocktail.
And he has written the best cocktail book of 2010.
Mm-hmm.
And he is an expert on old cocktails from the 1800s.
Right, because we haven't found any cocktails from the 1700s yet, although maybe at some point we will.
Are you digging to find those recipes from the 1700s? How do you find the cocktail recipes from the 1800s?
Your best bet. Okay, first cocktail guide ever published, 1862. So that's fairly late in the 1800s. However, there were a couple of books that were well known previous to that. One was called Oxford Nightcaps, and Oxford Nightcaps was really a series of punches created for the kids at Oxford. You know, keep them down. Keep keeping them down.
Now, give us a sampling of what a recipe for an Oxford punch is.
Oh, God. Like I remember? Hey, I've been drinking scotch. May I have some more? Thank you. But let me do this. I'll tell you what was in the first cocktail and what made it a cocktail.
Right.
The first cocktail, such as we know it, such as was recorded, and the way we know, is because the first time it appeared in a newspaper as a drink. And that was 1803 in a newspaper from Connecticut called the Farmer's Cabinet. And as was the next citation in 1806, it was roundly despised. Cocktails were considered very bad form, and there was good reason why. They were a morning drink, meaning hair of the dog. And they contained bitters. Well, you go, what's wrong with bitters? You know, cocktail bitters, Angostura bitters, what's wrong with that? There were no cocktail bitters. This was like adding paregoric to your beer.
So the first cocktails were just horrible tasting.
No, they tasted great.
Oh, they tasted great, but
they had, it's like putting medicine in them. Oh, let's take this Robitussin with Cody.
Wasn't that rhyme Yankee Doodle? Wasn't that about put a feather in your cap?
Well, no. I mean,
what were you trying to say about that, Mark?
What?
What are you trying to say about Yankee Doodle put a feather in your cap?
I thought that they had these cocktails and they actually put feathers in them.
That comes from an old Nathaniel Hawthorne story about Betsy Flanagan, where she mixes what I would have called a toddy for the French soldiers during the Revolution and crowned it with a cock feather, at which the French inexplicably say, "Viva la," then switching to English, cocktail. That's about as realistic as the Aztec princess story.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm afraid not.
My favorite cocktail
Yes.
is a rum cocktail. It's called a zombie.
A zombie. That's
It's made with 3 kinds of rum: light rum, dark rum, and 151.
Mm-hmm. And it was originated by Don the Beachcomber.
Oh, was it really?
Absolutely. Trader Vic invented the Mai Tai, but Don invented the zombie. And boy, those guys, I just would like to go back in time and hang out with them.
Yeah. They knew how to party.
Nobody
Yeah.
knows how to make those
And-
today. Very rarely.
It's very rare. It's rare to find a decent Mai Tai. I mean, if it has pineapple juice in it, if it has grenadine in it, fail.
What should it have?
It should have orgeat syrup. That is a French almond syrup. It should have a couple kinds of rum and lime juice. And that's basically it.
Now, how did you? At what point did you say, instead of becoming an alcoholic, what I'm going to do is become Dr. Cocktail?
I don't see those two things as mutually exclusive. And I determined this at an early age, long before I ever drank. And
What was the first cocktail that you made for yourself? Well, how did you say,
oh god,
I am going to do
God.
this?
Well-
This is going to be my life's work.
Well, there's the first cocktail I made myself, and then there's when I said that. And those two things were years apart. The first cocktail I ever made for myself was actually from...
Juice!
Now!
What?
No, I actually found a cocktail book published right after Prohibition. So, at this time, I'm like a teenager, basically getting into college age. Don't think I just started late. I was doing pot and acid long before that. But anyway, what I did was I found a recipe for a Little Devil cocktail. And I thought, I'm going to make one of these. But here's the thing. It called for just like 2 ounces of gin, some lemon juice, or some lime juice, and various things like that. And I thought, that's really small. I know better. So I took a giant water glass and I just filled it up with gin, took some Rose's lime juice, just throttled it with
Rose's
it,
lime
and,
juice.
and some Cointreau, just
Where'd
dumping
you
that
find
in.
Rose's lime juice?
Oh,
you
at the
find
grocery
anywhere.
store.
Oh, yeah?
It's just...
It's
It's really, they call it Rose's lime cordial for a reason. It's like a lime syrup.
Oh, the syrup. Okay.
And a diabetes-inducing syrup.
See, I remember
So
my
I
first
was
blow
drinking
job.
this thing. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Remember your first blow?
I fed her.
Can we forget it now?
I fed her Rose's lime juice and vodka, which I guess is a cocktail. I forgot the name of it.
And then she said, bow wow.
And the thing is that I was so inexperienced. We had a spaghetti dinner before,
So when did you give her the blowjob?
and the spaghetti dinner wound up on me.
Oh my. Is that one of those worms you twice sort of stories?
Oh yeah. My first blowjob, sure. Yeah, she lives on 18th Street.
Oh, good.
Yes or no?
She sounds really hard. Dude.
What is the name of your book?
What's the name of your bar? It's better.
Oh, I do have the best cocktail bar in the world. It's at my house. And believe me, you walk into any cocktail bar in the world, I got more booze than they do. No question about it. My cocktail book is called Vintage Spirits and Forgotten Cocktails, because it's all about the stuff that history kind of left behind. You know, I mean, everybody knows a margarita, everybody knows a Mai Tai, everybody knows a Manhattan, everybody knows a martini. But what about the other drinks that were created around the
open
same
my
time?
mouth when you said, "Well, you never,
but you
never
open your
mix
mouth.
scotch," and I'm gonna think, well, you know, you can make a rusty nail.
I love a rusty nail.
You know,
That's a fine
But I want
drink.
to keep my mouth shut because, and it's a
a
good
rusty
thing
nail?
because he's an expert.
Hey, once
But-
upon a
Drambuie
time,
Try not stepping on his.
once upon a time,
Yeah.
before I was an expert,
Yeah.
I thought I had invented
The rusty nail.
the Rob Roy.
Oh.
You know, add a little soda water to a Rob Roy. I invented that.
I thought I invented Bailey's cream, which I did.
I don't even
Good.
want
Is it
to.
related to the
You're
blowjob?
scaring me.
No,
You're really scaring me.
There's a kind of soda in Mexico called tonical.
Yes.
You know tonical.
I do.
It has only 3 ingredients, basically: water, vanilla, and sugar. And
Right.
that's it. They sell them in health food stores. And
Bubbly?
yeah,
Soda.
Yeah.
Effervescent.
So it's effervescent water. It's
yeah, it contains carbon dioxide. which is, as that senator said, hey, carbon's not bad for the atmosphere. You can drink it every day in a soda. It's not poisonous. But, and I tried, it doesn't work with tequila. It doesn't work with, it works with gin.
It'll work
That's
with
the-
rum.
Seems that you think a lot of things work
Because
with
it's very-
gin.
It's very kind of, will-o'-the-wisp kind of flavor. The first one you taste, the first one, it's like heroin. The first one you have, you think, what's that? The second one you have of Tony Calls, you're hooked. You are hooked. It's, yeah.
It works with MD
Does it work
2020.
with
Oh,
heroin?
what was I saying?
Mark,
Go for, huh?
but does it work with heroin?
I don't know. I tried heroin and then.
Oh, you mean where you kind of do this and then go, that's delicious.
No. You drink it, you vomit it up, and you drink it again. It's called a flush.
Again with the vomit.
That's kind of.